and welcome to episode 21 of the Entirely Crafty podcast. I'm Lindsay, and I'm your host today, and every day that you see me. It's going to probably be a fairly short episode today. I was going to record on Friday. I didn't. I got busy doing stuff. Saturday, same thing, busy. So I'm recording on Sunday, and then I will upload it tomorrow on Monday. So I hope you enjoy this episode. In my planner, I've decided that I wanted to start tracking all of my followers and that kind of stuff, which I'm quite excited about all the numbers and stuff. So I thought I would share them with you. My Instagram followers as of this point is 1,354 people. Thank you. My YouTube followers, which is the channel that I broadcast this on, we are at 223 followers. That's cool. And my Ravelry group, we have 122 members at this point. So thank you to you all, because I really appreciate that you all check out what I like to do. All of my information as far as Ravelry, Instagram, and YouTube is at the end of my video in my thank you credits. If you don't follow me or would like to or whatever, please do. And generally I'll follow back, whatever, if you follow me. And yeah, say hi and check out what I do, and I'll come and do the same. So, let's see, today, wow, it's been a pretty busy week. I couldn't believe that, like, when Friday hit, that it was already Friday. Maybe because I upload on Monday, and then I have, like, 4 days where, you know, it's just 4 days instead of a whole week. So, I may try and upload a little sooner if I can, but I will still try and record Fridays, just because that seems to be a good day. But this week obviously didn't work, but at least I gave myself 2 or 3 extra days before I said I was going to upload, so at least you get a video. So haha. So if I haven't said this before, this is episode 21. I have no idea what I'm going to title this one. Not much to do, not much to say. I didn't get anything in the mail as far as yarn goes this week. I got a few planner supplies, a few stickers from places, and because this is sort of a knitting podcast rather than a planner podcast, I thought I wouldn't show that. But if you're interested in looking, I do post pictures on my Instagram feed of stuff that I've received, so you can check it out there. So anyhow, let's get into let's see, I've got tons of little FOs, and the reason why I say tons of little FOs is because I worked on my blanket this week, and this week's theme was the Avengers. And just so happened to work out that way. This week I was able to get all of my Avengers knit up into my blanket. So I'll show them off to you. I have no idea who each one is. Chris would know better. So I finished that one. And I finished this guy. Of course, all my ends are still... I don't sew them in all at once. I knit them in, and then I cut them off. So all of these ones are there until I knit another square. And then this guy, and this guy. And of course, this Avengers set is from No Makers. She had a mini skein set of all the Avengers, and with my husband being a Marvel fan, I thought I would throw these in my blanket so that he might be a little bit interested in my blanket. And of course he was. As soon as they came in the mail, he's like, "What is this?" So I finished that one. And this guy. This, of course, is my favorite one because Hulk is my favorite character. And Iron Man. I know a couple of the colors. I do have the color card somewhere, but I don't remember where I put it. So I also put in a couple other squares. So these are two other ones. This yellow one here. And that was the end of row 4. And now I've started on row 5. And row 5 I'm back to Koigu colors. So I finished this one. And this one, which is really, really, really bright. And this one, it's really pretty. And this one. And then this morning I finished this one. So I haven't put a thing on it, but I won't now. I'm putting these little stitch markers on each one that I finished so that I remember what to show you. So as you can see, it's now somewhat holding up by itself because I have more rows. So I'm working on row 5 now. I'm trying to go across, like straight across, rather than doing 2 and then having a large triangle. I'm trying to go straight across. That way my blanket builds, or I feel like my blanket is building properly rather than all over the place. So there, that's my blanket. I'm quite excited to be on row 5. So I've been working on it, and it's been in this project bag. And of course I didn't label this one because I keep moving my blanket around in different project bags. But I'm going to make myself a sweater wedge, and which is slightly bigger than this one. Well, I shouldn't say slightly. I think it's like that much bigger than the regular wedge, because this blanket is getting to the point where I have to squish in to my wedge, and so I kind of want more room, and it'll give me a good chance to test out my sweater wedge. I don't have a sweater wedge over here at the moment that I could show you, but I'll be releasing it in my shop, I'm guessing after Knit City, just because Knit City, I kind of want to have a few products there to release, and so the sweater wedge is one of them. So look for the sweater wedge after October 3rd, because I'll come home and I'll list all of my products that I have left over after Knit City, and yeah, so maybe I'll have a couple sweater wedges, and if I don't, then I'll probably, those will be on my first list of things to add to my shop. So I want to talk a few minutes just because about my shop, just because I know I haven't added anything in my shop for a little while, and that's pretty much because I am like going hard on getting ready for Knit City. And because Knit City is a rather large venue, I wanted to make sure that I had a lot of stuff, and if every time I add stuff to my shop it sells, and not that's a bad thing because I think it's fantastic, but I can't keep up with that and getting ready for Knit City at the same time. So so I'm sorry for all the people that have been favoriting my shop and liking all of my things, that there isn't a lot in my shop, although I do have quite a bit. Quite a few knit minders, I have needles, that kind of stuff, but not a whole lot of bags at the moment. So that is going to change come October, and as soon as Knit City is done, then my shop will just go crazy. So every time I make a bag, I'll load it up, and I really don't think I'm going to have like shop updates like I used to. It'll just kind of be whatever I add, or whatever I make that day I'll add into my shop. So I'm looking forward to that, because that'll give me some time to have a little bit of a rest as well, just because I have been going so hard every day. I get up early, probably like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why my internal clock is just wacko, because normally I don't get up until 8 or 9, and lately it's been 6 or 7. But anyhow, I've been using that time to sew and stuff. Right now I'm working on Notion wedges. I just started those, and those should all be done, I'm assuming, by the time that this is uploaded. We'll see. But you can see them. I'll probably post a picture of all the finished ones once I'm done on my Instagram feed, so watch for that. What else? I think that's probably it. That's all I had to say about my shop. I did start a new shawl, which I probably shouldn't have, because of course I should be working on my Chosen Path shawl, but I saw somebody cast this on Instagram. I don't remember who it was, but this shawl's been in my queue for gosh, a little while. Well, since it came out, I think. And I really like the construction of it. I really like how it looks. And it's quite fun to knit. And I don't have much of it done, but so far it's been fun to knit. So this is the shawl. And forgive me, I don't know what yarn I'm using, because I can't find the ball band. And I'm just trying to pull the pattern because I need to remember what it's called. I'll show you again. So you start up here and you knit. And I don't want to say too much because I believe this is a pay pattern. I'm not sure. Strand Wanderer. That's what it's called. It's called Strand Wanderer. And the pattern is by looks like Tia Victoria. She's got it in, Leah Victoria. Sorry about that. And it is on Ravelry, and of course I'll have links in my show notes so you can check it out. But it's really neat. Like I said, it's done. It's the same stitch all the way up to here. And then you add this little thing in, and then you do more, and then you add this one in, and then you do more, and then you add this one in and more. It keeps going like that, and every time you do one of these sections, they get a little bit longer. Of course, your shawl grows. Wow, I think I need to go back to bed. So I'm working on one of those sections right now, and I'm really liking the construction and of course the color of this, because I believe this is some sort of Doctor Who colorway. I did show it probably a few episodes ago. I might go back and see if I can find some notes on it, just to show you guys, but I wound it in a ball and I really like the colorway, and it looks fabulous on the shawl just because you can see all the stripe in those vertical sections. So anyways, I started that. I haven't really worked on it in the last few days, and of course it doesn't take very long to get to that point. So I really haven't worked on it for too much, but it's kind of a fun construction and it goes pretty quickly, so I'm going to keep working on that. Next show I'm going to talk, I found a new podcast and I was going to talk about it this show, but I think I'll wait. No, you know what, let's talk about it this show. So one of my friends on Ravelry posted or sent me a message saying that there's a new podcast and they showed off one of your bags. So of course I have to go see this because one of my bags in the wild, that's pretty awesome. So the podcast is called Naughty Knitwits, and I'll put that on the bottom of the screen here so that you can see how it's spelled. But it's a group of 3 ladies, and I watched episode 1, which is where my bag is featured, and it's one of my old drawstring bags, which I don't make anymore, but it's one of my favorites. So I was like, oh, that's cool, that's who bought that one. So anyways, so I want to give a shout out to them, because their podcast just started, and one of the cool things about their podcast is instead of calling them episodes, each of their shows is called a row. So I believe they're on row 4 now. I believe. I'll have to double check that, but yeah, so go check them out. They have a Ravelry group, they have a YouTube channel, and I believe they all posted like where they are on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. So check them out, follow them. It's a really cute podcast. It's nice to see people kind of banter back and forth, which is why I like doing interviews and stuff with people, because it gives me a chance to not just sit here by myself. Right, so yeah, go check them out. That the name again is Naughty Nitwits, and their first episode was pretty funny. So they'll I think they'll do well, and yeah, so let's go check them out and follow them and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, they have a few people in their Ravelry group and a few followers on YouTube, so let's up that number for them and check them out. So yeah, I think I did actually write a few notes this time. Even though there wasn't much to say. I've been pretty busy sewing, so it's, we're back to the whole not a whole lot to say, and this episode's only going to be 20 minutes long. So, oh, excuse me. I should have brought my tea in here, but I did not. So, I will see you guys next week. Next week is, I will record on the 11th, and I guess I can take this off now. I wrote a little post-it note about the new podcast, and so anyhow, have a good week. Tomorrow is a holiday, Monday, Labor Day. So I hope you guys all have fun with your families or whatever you're doing. It's my niece's birthday, and so I'm sure I'll see lots of pictures on Instagram and Facebook about her birthday. So, but yeah, she's 3, so that's pretty cool. So she's the youngest, I believe, of all my nieces and nephews. And yeah, so we'll see you guys next week. Have a fabulous week. Get a lot done. Let me know what's going on. And post if you want to in my group. Okay, bye.